And thus begins the stuffed pork tenderloin. Yeah, these look pretty good. They were $6.50 each, I believe. That's a weird shaped one, but I can still make it work. I was thinking it was more uniform like this, because once I butterfly and then pound out, that'll be a little better. That has a thin end, but we'll make that work. There, now I got those tenderloins cleaned up, all the silver skin and sinew removed. I'm pretty picky when it comes to that, but now we butterfly and pound. Okay, I've got my first pork tenderloin butterflied and pounded out. Now to add the ingredients. I can roll that. Well, I guess I forgot one ingredient. I usually put crushed walnuts, and I totally forgot to get that. Oh well, that's always gone in this whenever I've made this. So it's basically Dijon mustard, well, cracked black pepper, salt, Dijon mustard, some whole cranberry sauce, and just a sprinkling of raisins. Sometimes I put diced apple, but yeah, I don't have the walnuts. And then I put a little bit of panko. I put some panko breadcrumb in there to keep things from running out, and it retains the moisture. It does absorb a little bit, but not from the meat, just from the liquid content. And then, yeah, I'm going to wrap it in bacon. So it's wrapped. Now comes the bacon. So this is when you really notice shrinkflation. All of my life, bacon, doesn't matter what brand, Schneider's, whatever, they were always 500 grams a pack. Now all you can find in grocery stores is 375 grams, and they even add more water content to it. Anyway, I've only got 9 slices. I used to get at least a dozen slices or more, 13 usually, because I know I used to make this a lot. So I got 4 slices on this roll, and I got 5 in the pack there, and I kind of stretched those out widthwise a little bit to encompass the whole thing. But usually I'd have enough to do the ends. Like I would go around once with a strip of bacon this way and then roll it. And that would also prevent stuff from leaking out, but I think I'll be okay. I might use the extra piece in there to do that with the other one. Yeah, shrinkflation, unreal. There, I got that wrapped tight with shrink wrap, and that'll sit in my fridge overnight. I'm not cooking them today. Usually I do these the day of, but it's Mom's birthday tomorrow, so this is going to be dinner for tomorrow, and I'm making 2. There's 1 going in the fridge. So there's the second one butterflied and pounded out. That was the odd-shaped one, and oddly, it turned out maybe even better, but I think I'll roll from that end in. I might even trim a little bit of that off. And remove the sinew and then throw it in there. All right, ready to roll this one. And that rolled up pretty much the same as the other one, but I had that extra slice of bacon that I managed to cover the ends with. So now we wrap that in shrink and put it in the fridge overnight with the other one. And I'm going to do like an apple compote, like an apple sauce, but with coarsely diced apples, sauteed onion, and that sort of thing. And that'll be like a side accompaniment. There, doesn't that look amazing? So there's 2 stuffed pork tenderloins. And after sitting in the fridge, they're going to really solidify, and when I remove that shrink wrap, they'll just be very uniform and they won't lose shape. And since it's got bacon, the thing about doing it with bacon is there's not a long bake time required for this. And often the bacon does not render properly. The fat properties there are still kind of fatty. So what I try to do is put a little bit of clarified butter in a pan, or olive oil, or maybe avocado oil, and just try and give that fat a head start in rendering. You want to be careful though, because if you do that, it'll warm up and it'll start to fall apart. So that's the trick. I was going to do chicken cordon bleu, but chicken breasts, I think to get 4 chicken breasts, it was something ridiculous like $30. And these were $6.50 each, and it's going to be equally as good. So there we go, in the fridge. And there's my apple, I guess it's a compote. Sauteed Spanish onion in butter. Then I remove that from the pan. a little bit more butter and the diced apples that picked up all the nice brown bits from the pan, from the onion. Added a little bit of allspice, salt, black pepper, and it has its own sweetness just from the apples. A couple tablespoons of raisins, splash of red wine, and a big tablespoon of Dijon mustard in the beginning when I was doing the onion. It goes really well with pork. And I mean, I could liquefy it, add a little more liquid and make it into a sauce, but I like it like this. You can just use your fork to pick it up and with your pork. It goes excellent with pork, this. I've been making this for years. That's that.